All right, we're good to go.
Good evening and welcome to the LifeVantage overview. This is Dr. Dondee and Marci Nettles. Welcome to the ultimate biohacker's guide, taking control of your own biology.
We're super excited that you're all joining us. We know that you have other things that you could be spending your time on. So right now we want to share a little bit about why we're here with you and why you should be listening to us.
Exactly. As I said, I'm Dr. Dondee Nettles. I was a chiropractor for many years, and the information that we're about to share with you tonight, when I first saw this almost 10 years ago, came at a crossroads in my life when I had a very successful practice. In fact, we had the 4th largest practice in Arizona, seeing between 350 and 500 patients a week. And we had an AM radio show. I was a talk radio show host. You laughing at the dog?
Yes.
We have a dog in the background, a puppy in the background chewing on her little toys. So pardon the background noise, the squeakiness. It's not my stomach. I am hungry, but that's not it. But as I said, it was an AM talk radio show host, a health educator by background, and just loving every minute of it. And parenthood changed everything for me. The 80 to 90 hours a week that I was spending outside my home in pursuit of having a very large practice and helping as many people as I could and having a successful radio show. It was simply 80 to 90 hours a week outside my home that kept me from also being a father. And I wanted to be instrumental and influential in my children's lives from participating in it, not being an observer. And so when I saw this opportunity, it gave me the ability to work with my passion, which is educating people on health and wellness, but do it from home and being a father, and be a father at the same time. So it was literally within a year of seeing this information, putting it into practice, I was able to sell my chiropractic practice and be, ever since, for the last 8.5 years, I've been a full-time stay-at-home dad. And in this opportunity, I met the most beautiful woman ever created right here in my beautiful wife, Marci. She'll tell you about her story. But now we have a wonderful blended family, and we're helping people in 15 different countries around the world on a daily basis, not just in my town and not just when the radio show is on and not just when my practice is open. It's literally through the leveraging of other people, literally tens of thousands of other people around the world, we're making a much greater contribution. So I'm hoping that the information we share with you tonight, if it meets any level of need that you have, or maybe somebody that you know, that you would just share this information and get equally as excited as we are.
Well, and I want to just kind of give you guys, put you at ease a little bit. You may be just like me, and the way Dondee was too, is you've never done this type of business before. Neither had we. So me exactly, when I first got into my job years, I got married young, I had children young, and so I ended up having part-time jobs along the way. Things that I would get really good at really fast, and then I'd get bored at really fast. And so I was looking for something more really fast, which was really kind of a pain in the butt. But I didn't realize it was because I was an entrepreneur and not meant to be an employee. So it was really kind of cool when I decided I needed to choose a career that would be exciting, that I wouldn't know exactly what was going to be happening each day, and yet I'd still be able to help a lot of people. So at the age of 30, I went through the police academy here in Phoenix, Arizona, and became a police officer. I loved it. I was good at it. I was in an agency that paid more than any other agency here in the Valley at that time, so I was able to help take care of my kids well. What I didn't like about it was that my kids were only 6 and 9 when I went through the police academy. And so I had to make the same hard choices that many of you have to make every single day. When do I go to work to be able to pay the bills to take care of the kids? And when do I get to be the parent to be the influence that I want my children to have? And so I made the decision to work graveyards for the majority of my career. So I'd go to work when my kids were sleeping. I'd get home just in time most of the time to be able to get them up, get them ready, feed them, get them off to school, and put them in somebody else's care while I tried to get some sleep. I'd get up when they got home, help them with their homework, feed them dinner, get them ready for bed before I headed off to work again, which meant I was always exhausted and never fully present with my kids. So even if I was there, I still felt like I was missing out on my kids growing up. Another thing that I didn't like was in August of 2009, I found out and learned this lesson that anytime that you have to have an employer where they tell you what your hour is worth before you give it to them, and you have to give it to them in a certain increment, so most of the time it's 80 hours, 2 weeks, right, before they'll sign their name on a paycheck so you can pay your bills, that you're never in control. At any given time, something can happen that will either take your ability away to do the job you need to do, or the job's taken away from you. So for me, in August of 2009, I was in a car accident on duty. I was in my unmarked detective's car driving down a roadway when an ambulance with lights and sirens needed to cross my pathway. So I stopped. The lady behind me, though, was distracted. She didn't see me stop. She didn't hear the sirens, and she did not see the lights either. And she hit me going at about 60 miles an hour without braking. I ended up with a brain injury, several herniated discs throughout my spine that required surgery. And basically on impact, my career was over just that fast. And a lot of loss started to happen. Not only did I lose my job and my mind, the way that I could normally work, but my body function. I lost my ability to pay my bills. I went through a divorce of a marriage that was already struggling because of financial stress, lost a house, and I started to lose myself because I had lost what I thought my identity was. I ended up going down a really deep spiral of depression, and I had prescription medication given to me by doctors that had warning labels on them that said may cause suicidal tendencies. I actually proceeded to have 4 suicide attempts before a dear friend of mine thought about me after she had seen the same information you're about to see. So please pay attention. If you think of anyone, write their names down, because there's a reason why you're thinking about them. Because what's happened for me since that time is that I found purpose again. I found passion, but most importantly, I found hope. Hope that I could get myself back, hope that I could give back to others, and that there would be a purpose for me. And on top of that, like Dondee mentioned, we met through this business, and now we get to build this 24/7 together in 15 different countries that we're going to talk about here in just a moment. And our vision for our team is to be able to create a home where ordinary people can do extraordinary things and genius can play. So we're excited to share this information with you, and we hope that if there is a need in your life, that if we can find a way to help you fill it, that you'll reach out to the person that invited you to see this, and you'll join us today.
Awesome. So let's talk about first that this is a business opportunity. So for those of you who were invited here to get some information, we're going to start with the business opportunity. We've got a great wellness strategy to go over with you, product line, and as you can see, the ultimate biohacker's guide. But I want to set the relevance here. And as you can see, they're called the new gig economy. This term was coined a few years ago when talking about a part-time employment workforce. In fact, Intuit, the company that makes Quicken and QuickBooks and TurboTax, quantified this in their report called the Intuit 2020 report. They said that 40% of the global workforce will be on this gig economy by 2020. That's less than 2 years away. And so the gig is, it has a starting date and an ending date. In other words, it's a contract employment, part-time. Why is that even relevant to a global work stage? Because first and foremost, it's cheaper for the company. It saves them money. They're no longer having to pay full-time work hours. They're no longer having to pay benefits, and they're no longer having to pay retirement accounts. So, but it also is beneficial for the workforce if they see this opportunity. And there's companies that have already capitalized on this over the last 5 to 10 years. As you can see on your screen, Uber, literally in the last 10 years, has changed the way people get from point A to point B through opportunistic people with one of these. So a cell phone, a smartphone, you can call, you just, wherever you are, type in the address that you want to go, and it'll tell you how many different Uber drivers are around you, how far away they are, and how long it's going to take to get to your destination. And when you open the door and you get out of the car, it automatically charges your card. Super, super simple. Airbnb has changed the way people sleep through the night. It's not because there's a new hotel chain called Airbnb. In fact, they don't own a single hotel or a single hotel room. It's entrepreneurs that have spare bedrooms in their home that are renting them out for people that are looking for a place to lay their head, that don't want to spend the high prices of hotels. So, and what else do they have in common? Smartphones. You get onto a smartphone through the app Airbnb and you book it, done. How about Facebook? 2.2 billion people are on Facebook. It's changed the way human beings communicate with one another when 25% of the human race communicates this way. And how about Amazon? Amazon has literally changed the way people buy things. E-commerce. It's so convenient to get on your mobile device, pick out what you want, choose Prime, and have it shipped to your door within 2 days, free shipping. They take a picture of it on your porch so you know where it is when you go out your front door, and they even give you a courtesy ring at the door to let you know it's there. It's all about convenience, guys. So this new gig economy is all about convenience and changing the way the world does business, all from your mobile device. And why we set it up that way is because we have the same thing, which Marci will talk to you about later when she goes over the business aspect of this. So let's talk about changing some words that we use, like nutrigenomics. What do you think about that, Marci?
You know what? It's a new technology, just like what Dondee was just talking about. This is just in a different field. This is a field where people can actually take control of their own DNA for a positive in their lives, okay? And that's what most people are wanting right now, is to be able to have better control of their own health and wellness. So nutrigenomics, it's basically the scientific study of the interaction of nutrition and genes, especially with regard to the prevention of treatment or treatment of disease. And the reason why we're so excited about nutrigenomics is because we're at the forefront of this new technology. Forefront means the beginning and before people know about it. So it's really super exciting. So pay attention to the timing that we talked about here later in the presentation. But third-party validation is really important. So when you look at this slide, you can see where the Today Show and Fox News have both talked about nutrigenomics. The Today Show said the latest trend in nutrition isn't a fad diet or newly discovered supplement. It's your DNA. And Fox News, nutrigenomics is changing everything. Where we once thought we were powerless is now an area over which we have at least some control. It's amazing, guys. And the thing about this is that the projected market for this new technology of nutrigenomics is over 17 billion dollars, not people, dollars. Billion. Oh my gosh, billion. That's a lot of money that's going to be spent in this area by the year 2023. Do you realize that's less than 5 years from right now, that much money is going to be spent in the field of nutrigenomics?
Yes, it's crazy. So now, knowing this information, this nutrigenomics, we have this biohacking ability to take literally control of our own DNA. We've actually got choices that we didn't even know we have. So we've all been hijacked. And for those of you who don't know that you're being hijacked, let me give you some examples. This involuntary hijacking. And hijacking is taking over something and using it for a destructive purpose. So literally 24/7, our bodies are being hijacked. Physically. In fact, let's just go back to that Uber example. When we actually were just in New York City a couple days ago, and the Uber driver drives 12 to 14 hours a day in the same position, putting his body through physical taxing. He was constantly moving around because I could tell he was uncomfortable. And we asked him about it. And he said the reason why he drives 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, is because he's in financial stress. He's got 2 children and a wife that stays at home to take care of them. So there's financial hijacking. He's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because he has to. And that's just one example. There's other people, as I told you about, this biohacking ability is going to give people the ability to biohack their health, but also this entrepreneurial thing we're talking about gives people the ability to influence their ways of making money, the ways of providing for their family because of this gig economy. How about this biochemically? So biochemically being hijacked. If you don't know, go into your refrigerator and go into your pantry. Just start reading some labels. If there are some things you can't pronounce and it's like, well, that's an English word, and you're curious about it, you're being biochemically hijacked and you didn't even know it, with food preservatives and dyes and red number 6 and all the other things that people are putting into products nowadays. How about toxins? That's some of the toxins I just talked about. Biochemical stuff, the preservatives, the pesticide residues on the produce you're eating, even some trace pesticide residues on some of the organic fruits and vegetables that you're eating. Look in the air, look at the chemtrails, look at rush hour traffic and all the exhaust. We are living in a toxic environment, and every time you put this little dude up to your head, you're getting some electromagnetic field around your dome. It's toxic to your body, guys. And we are now having allergies. They don't even know how to describe it. So because of all the stuff that's being introduced and all the combinations and synthetic things in our environment, that's the hijacking part of it. But before you forget this, I don't want to live here anymore, and you move to Mars, you've got some biohacking capacity to literally take control of your own biology by having some common sense approach and putting some nutrigenomics tactics, eating right, meal choice, things like that, so you can literally optimize your genetic potential and become the best version of yourself using that word that Marci talked about, nutrigenomics, which is simply the research on how nutrients and natural compounds affect your genes. So pay close attention to this 2-minute video. It's really going to pound this message home with 2 amazing technologies we've introduced into the market.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called Nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
Wow. So being at the forefront of something means in the beginning, which brings tremendous opportunity and, depending upon supply and demand, and if it's something that people are looking for, perhaps some risk. But let's talk about that. $500 billion is already being spent in the industry of biohacking or anti-aging or wellness. And there's 5 categories here where we have product lines literally to prove it in the $300 billion of anti-aging, the 2 products you just saw, lowering oxidative stress and increasing energy. Skincare, obviously it's a massive, massive $121 billion industry. Pet care, a $67 billion industry. Energy, oh my gosh, energy, drinks specifically, $50 billion, and then weight loss, $37 billion. And we got products, I'm going to share information with you right now about that. So it starts with our Pro Tandem NRF2. This is literally the product that got us on the map. ABC Primetime did an investigative report on this and literally got all eyes around the world, scientists, researchers looking at this. And what is it? It's 5 all-natural herbal ingredients, as you can see on the bottom there, that is proven to lower oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And you may be thinking, what's oxidative stress? It's the effect of oxygen on your cells. You may not understand it, but you've seen it. How many times have you ever cut open an avocado or peeled a banana and it started to turn brown in a relatively short period of time? That's oxygen causing oxidation on the avocado and banana that you're very, very well and familiar with. Our bodies undergo the same thing, but it has the ability to fight back. That's the key component here, and these 5 ingredients there that you see on your screen actually promote that in reducing that process. It actually supports the natural cellular repair and rejuvenation process of all of our cells internally, and it's the only product, and the third bullet point, I really, really want you guys to focus on this. It's the only product, according to the National Institute on Aging, that has been proven to slow down the rate of aging in which it extends life by 7% in mice. Now you may be thinking, I'm not a mouse, and you'd be right, but you are a mammal, and we have the same thing, and it's easy to study mice and extrapolate that 7% onto human beings, which we're experiencing now. So, and it's not just my opinion. This is something very, very important. So as you can see there, pubmed.gov. This is where scientists, researchers, and doctors go to do their independent research. And to date, we have 24 peer-reviewed Tier 1 studies published in journals like you see there, in Free Radical Biology and Medicine, Circulation, the Journal of the American Heart Association, or the Journal of Dietary Supplements, just a couple examples, done at universities like Harvard and Virginia Commonwealth and The Ohio State University, again, just to name a few. And these are independently studied. So these institutions that you see are paying the money to study our product. Why? Because it's revolutionary. You don't have to take my word for it. You can read any of these studies, and I invite you to go to pubmed.gov and research it for yourself. But it's not just the science, it's the media, because many of you may not be care less about science. To me, it's ultimately important as a former healthcare provider, but to your average person, this is actually more important. So NBC did an entire profile on it. It was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal. The Today Show, as Marci said earlier, did an entire profile on it. ABC News, as I said earlier, on the program called ABC Primetime, broke this in 2005 to the nation. PBS did a special, and Dr. Phil interviewed Donny Osmond on the show and talked directly about this product, had a bottle, and went into detail. And because this is a business, look at the bottom, guys. Patents. Patents that protect your business interests is critically important. So this is our second product that we introduced, our second technology we introduced to the market in Protandem NRF2, dealing directly with the energy of your, NRF1, dealing directly with the energy of your cells, mitochondria. If you're not familiar with mitochondria, it's okay. Just suffice to say that's where the energy of your cells come from. So when you wake up after 10 hours of sleep and you're looking for a latte, maybe your mitochondria is a little depleted because you got 10 hours of sleep. That's really when we know we've got a problem. For the people that wake up after 6 hours and they're ready to go without a double latte with a twist and all the other stuff that comes along with those super cool drinks at Starbucks and all those other places, it has to do with your cellular energy, guys, not your caffeine dispenser. So this is something critically important. Again, 5 natural ingredients, as you can see at the bottom, boosting mitochondria, the natural energy source of your body. And I want to, while we're on this, if you look at the bottom, BSCG and NSF approved. Massive third-party endorsements, and forgive me for not mentioning that on the previous slide, our previous product, NRF2, is also BSCG and NSF approved. So now, physique, ProBio. Why do we talk about a probiotic? They're not new. People have heard of them. Why is this one different? I want you to look at the 2 circular graphs there. Probiotics they're very important. People are taking them more and more every day, but what are they taking? That's what most people don't understand. And with this BioTract technology, it's a round, no refrigeration necessary, no preservative little tablet with a coating on it. So that 15 times more powerful than the others on the market without the coating, because it gets down into your gut where it needs to be. It's not neutralized by the stomach acid for those that don't have the coating on them. Critically important. So it's 60% utilized in the lower intestine versus 4% of the average ones out there, 15 times stronger, which saves you money because you're not burning up 96% of it in the stomach. And then lastly, our Omega Plus. These 4 products I'm going to share with you are what we call our Daily Core 4, ending here with Omega Plus, which is literally the food for your brain. Omega fatty acids, Omega-3 and Omega-7. As you can see there, there's no Omega-6s because they're filler oils. They're usually poor quality, and you usually get enough in the diet that you already have. They're unnecessary. And vitamin D. Perfect blends here of EPA and DHA. And the thing I love about this is the boat-to-bottle purity with the Alaska Omega and Cod Marine technologies here. Unbelievable. Best Omega product on the market, bar none. So these 4 products round out what we call our vitality stack, or our Daily Core 4, for reducing oxidative stress, increasing your mitochondrial production, therefore in the cellular energy, the microbiome, your gut-brain tube with the ProBio that we mentioned earlier, increasing the immune system function as well, and then dealing with your brain and cardiac health with our Omega Plus. It comes in bottles and easy on-the-go sachets as well. So now let's talk about your brain. Another aspect of your brain is the energy that the brain has. Axio Smart Energy is brain food, balancing brain chemistry. Unbelievable what this does. And so it's not only does it balance brain chemistry, increases mental endurance, improves mental acuity, concentration, and focus, memory retention, because if you ever walked into a room and go, what did I come in here for? You might need this product. It comes in caffeinated and decaffeinated versions, and it deals with resiliency of mental stress to help you deal with it, because nobody's exempt from stress except the people in the morgue, and I don't want you trading places with them. So don't go there. But if you are under stress, and most of us are, this is going to be a perfect situation because it deals with stress at the source by balancing brain chemistry. And the thing, if you look at the last bullet point there, it's clean, low calorie, low carb, vegan. Yes, you read that right. It's vegan, BSCG approved. Again, banned substances control group for elite athletes, collegiate athletes. It's free of artificial colors, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners. There's no added sugars or GMOs, and it's gluten-free. And as I said previously, there's caffeinated and decaffeinated versions. This is unbelievable, guys. This entire system, remember I mentioned our weight management system, starts with a cleanse to get the old mucus and bacteria out, bad bacteria out, replenish it with good bacteria with the probio. So the cleanse to cleanse it out, probio to refortify the gut bacteria to start fresh, and then the fat burn. Key thing here is the fat burn targeting visceral fat. And then there is a lean protein, because one of the drawbacks and major problems of diets is you lose lean muscle mass in the process. So yes, you're losing fat, which is good, but you're also losing lean muscle mass and you're getting weak. And that's not the point. So the key here is we have this energy, or this protein here to preserve lean muscle mass while all the other cool stuff is happening with our 4-part system. But I want you to pay attention to the lower right of your screen. Some statistics. We're talking first about the reduction of abdominal fat in the system, 254% greater than placebo on our physique. But by far my favorite is the lower right corner when we're talking about lipolytic effect, free fatty acid release, 964% greater free fatty acid release with this product line than over placebo. It's unbelievable, unparalleled. And then true science, like I said, nobody wants their face to age faster than they do, women or men. I use this every day when I shave. So it starts with, it's a 4-part process. Clean your face is the first step. Then we have something called perfecting lotion. And for those of you women who've seen the oily skin formula and the dry skin formula, not anymore, because it doesn't matter when you balance the pH. When there's pH problems, on one side you've got oil, on the other side you've got dry. This balances out, so there's no need for 2 formulas. And then we've got the eye serum, which deals with the fine lines and wrinkles at the source around the eyes, and the anti-aging skin cream, which deals directly with how the cells of the skin replenish themselves and rejuvenate using this NRF2 technology. It's absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. And then for your 4-legged furry friends,
like our little
pet tandem, like the one that's driving us crazy, chewing on my feet and making noise. Pet tandem. It's Pro Tandem NRF2 formulated for dogs, adding cartilage, chicken cartilage, and bacon. Unbelievable what it does for their coat, for their skin, for their heart, for their eyes, for their joints. Omega-3 and omega-7 fatty acids in there too, and and they eat it. It's a treat for them, and they eat it. One thing I love about this product is dogs don't understand placebo, and they don't fake things. So if you're wondering about our products, lots of people start with this and watch what happens with their dog, and then they jump onto the human product themselves. But unbelievable what this product can do. So there you go. There's our product catalog, guys. There's it, starting with our Vitality Stack, our Daily Core 4, our biohacking system that you see there, our True Science skincare regimen, the Pet Tandem, the Axio, the Physique line, free shipping when you get these in packs. There's on the go for convenient sachets here. So what I want you to do is choose your level of biohacking. So you can start with our Pro Tandem NRF2, get a little bit more into our Activated Essentials, the Dual Synergizer, the Vitality Stacks. Pick your level of biohacking and pick your level of health right there at your own fingertips.
Awesome. So now I get to take over here and go into the business side of things.
Yes.
So this is a business. And now you've seen all of those amazing products that we have in this new levels of technology, and that we have something that will fall into all of those different categories where $500 billion is already being spent. It's just a matter of redirecting it. So where did we start? Our name is LifeVantage. We have been around since 2003. That primary product, Pro Tandem NRF2, was sold on store shelves starting 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, part of 9. In 2005, that investigative report, that ABC primetime that Dondee mentioned, aired. And it did all kinds of crazy stuff. First of all, it really put a spotlight on LifeVantage. We had almost $5 million in orders almost overnight. We also got the attention of all of those researchers and scientists that started wanting to use our product in their research because they had never seen anything like what we have in our product form that is proven to reduce oxidative stress.
Yes.
And that's where all that scientific research came from. They decided that since it was sitting on store shelves, only selling about a half of a bottle per store per month, that we had to do something different. So we switched to the direct sales method in 2009, where we showed a 300% increase over what they had been doing on store shelves. Went full-time network marketing January 1st, 2010, and we haven't looked back. We've been publicly traded since the beginning. We're currently on the NASDAQ. Our ticker is LFVN. Please go and check us out so that you can see exactly what's going on, and where they see us going. We are very blessed to be led by an exemplary corporate leadership team. On here it says 100 plus people, but when you put the total of our leadership, the general managers in our countries that we're open in, plus everybody here in the United States, there's actually over 330 years experience in network marketing. That is such a vital thing for where this company is going with the leadership. So this is where we're currently open in. We are open actually in 15 countries now. Here it shows 14. 15 countries, 11 markets, because what happens is we start with new countries down in that global customer program. Once they've proven that they want our products are going to be received well, and that country likes network marketing, they have the potential of moving up into the top level there, where they can be a distributorship country. And that's what Austria did on September 1st of last month. So now Austria became the 15th country that we're open in for business, and then the others are still part of the global customer program. So since I told you that this was my first time ever doing network marketing, when I was looking at this, I knew that there's no way that I could do this without there being a proven system in place. People that I could watch, people I could follow, people that I could lock arms with to help me be successful. And that's what I found here at LifeVantage. We actually, I had thought about like laptop lifestyle. What would that be like? Being able to work from wherever your laptop could get service, right? Well, how about now? We can actually help you create a cell phone lifestyle, because LifeVantage app provides the ability for you to run your business anywhere that you have cell service or Wi-Fi connection, and it's free with your distributorship. You're able to connect with a phenomenal group of people, and our compensation plan actually encourages great teamwork, great partnership, but overall family culture, which makes it so that you're not in business alone. You're starting your own business, but you'll never be alone. We have systematic regional and corporate trainings. Every single month, there's something. Actually, every single week, there's something that you can plug into to be able to help you be successful in your LifeVantage business. We have LifeVantage Academies that occur on every third Saturday of the month when we don't have a corporate event. Corporate events are quarterly. The next one coming up is our global convention in October. We're in October now. So at the end of this month, global convention, you don't want to miss it. So if you're seriously looking at this business, make sure you ask about global convention. And then it just gives you the opportunity to be able to take control of this new business opportunity on your terms in your nooks and crannies of your busy life. And on top of that, you also get a free replicated website that has all of the information put together in a professional package for you to be able to share with your friends and families, whether they want, whether they're looking at the product side of things or they're looking at the business, there's information on your replicated site that you can share. And on top of it, it makes it super simple for online shopping, because we have online shopping portals where you can create a shopping cart with products that you've already talked to your person about, put it all together into this shopping cart, and then you can just share it to them. And all they need to do is put in their personal information and their payment, and voila, it's done in just a couple minutes time. I love Amazon Prime, and this is getting really close to that. So network marketing facts. Let's talk about this really fast here, okay? So people are always like, do people really make any money in network marketing? And is it just the people at the top that make the money? Well, when we're looking at network marketing from 2011 to 2017, you can see that the numbers have been growing regularly on a steady basis. So we're looking at this in global billions of dollars of product being sold by network marketers, okay? So when you look at those numbers, on average, 43% of every dollar is paid out to the distributor that shares the information on the product that is sold. So 43% of every dollar, and if we're talking about $189 billion last year being moved in product, What is 43% of that? That's a lot of money. And so yes, lots of people are making money in network marketing. Plus, LifeVantage has been proven to have one of the most lucrative compensation plans in the industry. On average, we're paying between 47, 48, 49%, 47 and 48% of every dollar out to the person that shares this information. So let's talk a little bit about timing. There's a couple graphs here that we're going to look at because timing is vitally important. So first, look at the red bell curve. This is the one that's basically going to show you how people accept new technology or new products and how quickly they're going to jump on board and purchase what you have to offer. So when we're looking down here at the bottom where it says innovators, this is the very beginning. This is like when Apple came out with the iPhone 1. Okay, how many people actually bought an iPhone 1? I didn't. I wasn't there. Only about 2.5% of people. So out of 100 people, 2.5, if you can have a half of a person, purchased an iPhone 1. But then when they started to get their advertising out there and really showing that, hey, we're not just a computer company, but yeah, we're a phone company too. Then they started getting these early adapters where 13.5% of people started to come on board with this new idea of a computer being within their cell phone, okay? That's another 13.5%. Those are the people that bought maybe the iPhone 2, 3, and the early 4s, okay? Early majority, 34% of people, 34% of the masses is when this is early majority people. They're the ones, this is when they see an opportunity and they decide to jump on board. Maybe an iPhone mid 4, 5, 6 maybe. And then late majority iPhone, so late 6 plus, 7, 8, and 10s now, right? Because there will be some people that will just never get an iPhone, right? Those are the laggards. We're not worried about the laggards. What we're worried about is this 68% of the masses that will join your business if you catch them at the right time, right? So now let's look at the purple. This is the business S curve that we're going to be talking about, specifically for LifeVantage. So right here where it says early, this logo here is LifeVantage. We are so early, you're like pro or pre-pioneer, okay? Mm-hmm. You can be a pro pioneer too, but I'm a pro pioneer because I'm all about getting in super, super early. So pro pioneers, we're right here. This is at the very beginning when we're still just catching innovators. And as we share this information, as people are seeing the benefit of activating their bodies instead of supplementing or taking prescription medication, that's when we start moving into early adopters and early majority. The people that get involved here before the early majority masses learn about this technology, they're the ones that get to actually take part in 80% of the growth of the company throughout the lifetime of the build, as well as they earn 80% of all of the commissions that will ever be paid out will be paid out to people that get involved before this massive momentum shift. And then once you get up here, this is stabilization. I should have just put too late. But where we are now is way, way early, which is way, way good. So this is how you can get involved with LifeVantage. It's fast track with a pack. It's way low entry cost, solid earnings potential. And yes, it is part-time, guys. You don't go full-time in this type of business until you start making some really significant money. So the two packages that we're going to be sharing with you right now is the business builder packages, because they come with an opportunity for you to gain some education on top of getting product to get started on and starting a business with assets. You're building a business that is an asset because it's willable to generations. So the gold pack, this is the first one we're going to talk about. This one says gold master pack because there's actually two gold packs because you need to choose between either the physique weight management system or the True Science skincare regimen, because you cannot get all of our products for $650. Are you kidding me? Plus tax. Free shipping comes with all of our enrollment packages, okay? So with this gold pack, you're going to be getting all of this product. You're also going to be getting the app for free, the website for free. You also get one ticket to the next corporate event, which global pre-registration prices right now is $249. This is value, guys, super, super value. So $650 for the gold pack. When we start talking about the platinum pack, this one is $1,250. You get all of our products for this price. You also get some that you can share with other people, sampling it out, being able to help them start getting an experience with the products. And on top of it, you have products that you can share with your new business partners so that they can start building their belief and their product story before they even get their product in the mail. And then they can give it back to you in return. So it's a rotational business building package. With this one, you still get the app for free, the websites, you get 2 tickets to the next corporate event, or you can use it for the next 2 consecutive events, because the tickets are good for 2 events, or you can bring a guest with you to one. Maybe a spouse. It's always good to have your spouse on board with you. But on top of this, you get all of these different assets that are over on the right-hand side. These are things that the normal person could never afford on their own. But in this type of industry, it comes along with the startup costs. You get that corporate staff that we talked about, that experience and leadership, production of the products. You don't have to go out and make product in your garage, guys, thankfully. Quality control is highest in the industry, plus shipping. No home deliveries, all right? This is going to be product where people sign up online. It will be shipped directly to them. You don't have to deal with payment, and you don't have to deal with delivery, which is such a benefit. Customer service is included, your website and IT to keep it up to date. Advertising, marketing, legal, and compliance is also included, as well as accounting. I love our accounting department because we get paid 5 times a month, which is really cool. And then events and promotions. All of this comes with your startup. So now that you've made an investment, we want to talk about how you make money. Well, first of all, most people, when they see this information, they'll start looking at the products and they'll be thinking about, okay, you know what? My Uncle Bob was just saying that he'd really love to lose another 15 pounds before his class reunion that's coming up, but he's been having a really hard time finding a way to do it and then not have to worry about gaining it back afterwards. So maybe the products would be really great for him. Or how about Aunt Sue? She's been struggling with energy, and I know that Axio product would probably be really, really great for her. Or how about this on the other side of things? Your brother Billy has been complaining about how he can't get married because he can't afford it. He'd love to get married, but because he doesn't have the extra income coming in to be able to handle a marriage and then to be able to support a wife and a family afterwards, he's been holding off. How about helping him make some extra money? There's so many people that you're probably thinking about right now. These are your networks of consumers and your network of distributors, okay? So write down all of their names right now, because anybody that you share this information with and they decide to either become product users or business partners, you get paid a Smart Start bonus of 30 to 40% up front the very next week. So you've got, money coming in right away. Plus you get paid launch bonuses on a weekly basis that helps you help your team grow. Yeah. So you have money to help support your team because you're going to be, helping them with learning the information, doing presentations, and it helps you to become profitable right away. Plus we get paid monthly. We get paid a leveraged royalty income that we'll talk about here on the next slide. Generational matching bonuses, 30%, to encourage us to help the people that we enroll, help the people that they enroll, and they enroll for 5 generations, creating a team culture unlike any other. Because I'm not going to get paid on this bonus until I help someone else get paid, okay? So anybody I personally enroll, I'm going to get matched 10%. And then 4 levels down below that, 5% on that. And then elite pools, we've got our 4% global revenue sharing. This creates a family culture within all of LifeVantage. It doesn't matter whose line of genealogy you're part of. We all work together at a team at this point. Once you hit the top levels of the company, the top 4 rankings, this is where you get to take part in this 4% global revenue sharing. They take 4% of revenue every single month, put it into this pie, divided into 4 pieces, and the top 4 levels get to share a percentage, the top 3 share the next percent, top 2 share the next percent, and the top level gets a percent all to themselves. This is a massive difference in our compensation plan over any others. Plus there's all kinds of rank bonuses, including My Life Venture. Could mean a free Jeep to you just for building your business. So how far can you take this? This is our income disclosure statement. Remember, we're publicly traded, so you can go and see all of this online. It's all of the information that we've already provided to the FTC and all of the other regulatories. So on the left-hand side here, we've got paid rankings. When you become a distributor, that's what you are in the beginning, right? Until you start to share information, people start using our products, and the products each have a value of volume. As you increase your volume, your rank is going to increase. You're going to rank advance. As you rank advance, your check is going to go up, okay? So that's the explanation of paid ranking over here, that as you have more volume going through your business every single month, you're going to rank up and you're going to get paid more. So take a look here at the total annual payout. One of the things that we wanted to have happen when they designed this compensation plan was for us to give a boost to the middle class. Not all the money goes to the top. And this is why I want you to look at the total annual payment or payout here, the second column from the right. Look at Pro 3 through Pro 8, and actually even Pro 2, look at that. Pro 2 through Pro 8, or I'm sorry, Pro 6, it's just 8 million there. That's where the majority of our compensation plan goes and gets paid out every single month. So look over here at Pro 3. I want you to think about this as we go through these numbers. How much on a monthly basis would you need to be making in additional income to make that $1,250 an investable option for you? Okay, only $1,250. And then I want you to think long-term, because you always need to start with the end in mind, right? Think about where you ultimately would like to build your business, because every single one of these distributors have built this amount of income since January 1st of 2010. So 8.5 years, they've been able to increase their income by this amount on a monthly basis. So looking at Pro 3, that's only 5,000 in group volume. That's you, customers, and other business partners that you've shared this information with have 5,000 in volume, and you're making an extra $580 every single month. How about Premier Pro 5? That's 20,000 in group volume going through your business, and now you're making over $2,500 a month every single month in additional income. That's a house payment paid for every single month. And for some people, the house insurance payment too, and maybe even a cell phone bill, depending on where you live. This is extreme, life-changing amounts of money. And then Elite Pro 7, this is where those elite bonuses start coming into play, and the LifeVantage program starts to come into play, and you have 100,000 in group volume going through your business every single month. And now you're making over $11,000 per month on this leveraged income side gig that you built in your part-time efforts. All right, guys, so this is where you can start thinking about maybe I can start thinking about going full-time in this thing, right? And then Dondee and I are currently at Elite Pro 9, so 500,000 in group volume going through your business, 42,000 plus monthly average income. We're shooting for this Master Pro 10, which is $1 million in balance volume every single month, and that $99,000 a month. Where would you like to be? Just if you focused 5 to 10 years on this, the time's going to pass anyway. Where do you want to be? So let's talk about Lifeline options. Most of us have been taught the traditional plan. And when I talk about Lifeline, it's that dash in between the year you're born and the year you die, right? So the traditional plan is the same for everybody. We all are born. We spend time growing, learning, making decisions, and starting a career or a job, okay? And that's in the first 20 to 25 years. So we all have the same experience here. But after we've decided to get a job or a career, then we're working for someone else for a minimum of 40 to 50 hours a week for 40 to 50 years to hopefully retire on 40 to 50% of what we couldn't live on in the first place, okay? And right now, the retirement age is not 65 anymore. It's now 73, and life expectancy, 77 to 78 years. So you just might have 4 to 5 years to be able to live your life the way that you want to, if you have enough money to retire on, okay? So that's the traditional plan, and that's where over 95% of people are stuck. So the other Lifeline option that we want to offer you with LifeVantage is just making one different decision, okay? One different decision, and that is you're still going to start your life exactly the same way. 20 to 25 years, you've got to be born, grow, education, decisions, but on top of this, you're making one more decision, and that's to start a business with LifeVantage. and start creating a leveraged income asset to where if you decide to work 5 to 10 years in your part-time business to be able to build an income where you've leveraged other people's experience, time, energy, and willingness to help you be successful, that then after the time that you start and 10 years later you've worked really hard, you can decide to live the rest of your life any way you want to, anywhere you want to, with anyone you want to, doing whatever the heck you want to do, guys. So think about that, because you never want to depend on a single income. You always need to make an investment of time and effort to create that second source. And why not do it with a company that has a culture of making the world a better place? Think about being part of something that's so much bigger than yourself. Think about being part of LifeVantage Legacy. These are just some of the organizations that we've been partnered with over the past 9 years. Amazing opportunities to serve and to see lives changed in front of your lives. We're currently partnered with Families Helping Families. We raise money at every single one of our events to pay for homes that will then be given to people that would never have the opportunity to have a home any other way. And on top of that, we also get to go down to Puerto Penasco, Mexico after Christmas and spend 3 or 4 days building these homes with our own 2 hands. It's such an amazing opportunity. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. Please get back to the person that invited you. Thank them, first of all, for caring enough to share this information with you. And then just let them know on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? If you're an 8, or a 9, or even a 7, let's get you started, because this is the type of business that you can earn money while you're learning. And if you're a 4, 5, or 6, please just let them know what you need to see or hear to be able to help move you up the scale so that we can get you started in your LifeVantage Lifeline option. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're thankful to have been able to spend this time with you. And I'm going to give you some closing time.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Get back to the person who invited you on the webinar tonight for more information, and we would love to see you in the field. Have a great night, and God bless.